I'm kind of burying the lead with this one, but I want you to follow through with me here for a second, okay? Andrew Tate is a guy who advocates for traditional masculinity and rejecting the red pill of social coercion. And the way he suggests you do this is by having no personality outside the acquisition of expensive consumer goods that were made with a global production process. Basically be an extremely obedient and slavish cog in the machine. And as part of his program of encouraging people to be incredibly blue-pilled, hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti, we know because we saw a video the other day of him like giddily recording his driver driving him around from the back of the seat. My Bugatti has a W16 8-liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizione, pronounce Bugatti, please. Bugatti. 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 Woohoo. Woohoo. Anyway, he has cars. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. And then you have a car here. Everything he does, he's like a Kardashian. It all has to be a photo op. And then Greta Thunberg, wisely, excellently, replied with, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Delightful, phenomenal stuff. Great. A bang. Very happy with it. Couldn't be less disappointed. Like a very normal and cool and hot and smart guy, it took him 10 hours, but he came back with the no you. Thank you confirming that via your email address that you have a small penis, and also you should get a life, heart. So this is pretty spectacular on its own. It literally is no you. Like, that is actually what he came back with after 10 hours. That is the height of his, like, monkey-brained. So he came back with it. And he also came back with this. Guys, a teen girl ratioed me on Twitter. Get the camera. Get the chair. Get the red robe. Get the cigar. It's time for me to do... Oh, get the pizza. We got the pizza. Does he open the pizza? Then why bring in the pizza? Why open the pizza? Watch it? Yeah, we're going to watch it. But you know what this reminds me of? Davis Arini. It's this guy all over again. Time is a flat circle. It's literally this guy with no differences. They even look the same. It's the same guy. It's literally like time to own a feminist online. Let me get my 1/8 of a microgram of whiskey and the cigarette I will pretend to drag from and spend 48 minutes. We can listen to the bit, but I have to warn you, and I always forget this. I feel like I need a content warning before I listen to Andrew Tate. He sounds so much stupider than he looks like he should.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection...
Doesn't he sound like a soy Wojak? No, like, really. It's not just me making fun of him. Like, he actually sounds like a soy... Yeah, with the hot nip flash there. And he's talking the same way Davis Arini talked as well. Some have said to me, except I think Davis Arini actually had a more masculine voice. Can I get... Okay, this is... If you Google Davis Arini now, you get H-bomb because he has eclipsed him. Can I get his voice here, please? I actually think that Tate sounds stupider.
Successful business model. And the men could raise their children successfully.
Oh, of course it's about having children. That's what women are for, am I right, guys?
So did the men. Because of this, our ancestors were the risk-taking men who would do something like gamble on ghost-busting being a successful business model.
I actually think that his voice is less weird than Andrew Tate's voice, but apart from that, they talk about the exact same shit. They're both guys who spend whose image of masculinity is the whiskey and the cigar, and they talk about how they deserve more rights because hypothetically they would be like warriors. I mean, they're not, but like they might hypothetically be warriors. They look the same age. I know that's a couple years old for Tate there, but still. I think it's a couple years old for Greta as well. Greta's like 19 now, I think. He looks like a carp. He does! He's got that stupid Stonewall fish lip thing going on, where it looks like somebody just hit him with a 2x4 and he's trying to recover in cartoon logic. So, like, it's going to take him a couple of seconds to, like, realize he's been hit.
With internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange.
Where's that? Can somebody find the nerd emoji with the car horn sounds playing? You know what I'm talking about, right? Is it this one? It's so fucking corny, dude.
I mean, also, I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is.
Ooh, zinger.
I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled.
He's so mad. That's why he got the pizza box. Yeah, you can't recycle pizza boxes, right? Because they're too oily?
Thank you. So, I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed.
Oh, it's 2 pizzas. Jerry's Pizza. I hope it's good.
She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her.
Again, I need to remind you guys that this man, allegedly, his entire identity is built off of you should have no passions or interests as a man outside of impressing other men by spending your life making money so you can buy things you don't care about outside of how much they impress other men. And that is taking the red pill. That's not an exaggeration or an overstatement of his belief. He has said that verbatim. That is, for him, that is taking the red pill. It's literally just Davis Arini, sorry, if he started out with more money.
To try and convince you, to beg your government, to tax you into poverty, to stop the sun from being hot.
To stop the sun from being hot. Okay, so we know he's dumb, okay? Here's what I'm going to do really quick, okay? I'm going to try to explain global warming really quickly in a way even conservatives watching can understand, okay? Really quickly, just so... Because I have seen... Jordan Peterson has been posting a bunch of anti-climate change stuff lately, like climate change denialism, and really quickly, we're just going to... Okay, are you guys ready for it? Okay, are you guys ready? Watch this, okay? I'm going to give you guys a picture. Let's see if we can assume a very basic understanding of thermodynamics, okay? The crazy thing to me about climate change denialism is that you can test the principles of climate change really, really, really easily with just like stuff that you own. It's really straightforward, okay? Now, take a look at this, guys. I'm going to show you a picture that might trigger you. It does me. Inside of a car on a hot day. Oof! Don't want to be in there. But not every part of the inside of the car is equally dangerous. Is it? Now, if you know anything about thermodynamics, you might know that heat, which represents the amount of molecular agitation in a material, it moves from areas of high energy to low energy. Right? We got that, right? So if you put like an ice cube and a piece of hot toast right next to each other, the heat will move from the toast to the ice cube, not the other way around. You would not get a colder ice cube and a hotter piece of toast, okay? Right. Basic stuff. So, given that, in a closed environment, eventually, assuming nothing is generating heat, everything here is going to be the same temperature. Because if heat moves from a high energy to a low energy system, it eventually dissipates to a point where everything in the area is going to be the same temperature. When you walk into something in a room, if you're in your bedroom and there's nothing in that bedroom that's generating heat or removing heat, if you don't have like a toaster or an air conditioner or whatever else, an AC, everything in that room would be the same temperature. It'd be an equilibrium. Likewise, everything inside this car is more or less at equilibrium. Stuff directly exposed to the sunlight is hotter, but for the most part, the stuff in here is about the same temp. So why is it that the metal on the buckle to the seatbelt will burn you, whereas the leather and the fake leather and the plastic won't? That's kind of weird, right? They're the same temperature, right? Well, yeah. The difference is, you got it. It's conductivity. See, even if stuff is the same temperature, that doesn't mean that it retains and transfers that heat with equal ease. Water, for example, has very low heat conductivity. It takes an enormous amount of energy to get water up to temperature, like a ridiculous amount. That's why if you hold a lighter under the end of a spoon for like 2 seconds, it gets really hot. But if you hold a lighter under a cup of water, it can take an incredibly long time for that to be brought to boil. You can get metal red hot in very little time. See, different molecules have different properties when it comes to the way they interact with and retain heat. Now, would it shock you if I told you that there might be a possibility that there are certain types of gases that retain heat more than other gases? Different types of molecules in the air. You know, in our atmosphere, it's mostly nitrogen, and then you've got a lot of oxygen and a little bit of carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, along with others like methane or whatever, are better at retaining heat in our atmosphere. So it's not about whether or not the sun gets hotter. It's that, to drive the comparison home, more of our atmosphere is being made of gases with the material properties like the metal seat buckle in the car. Even if the same amount of heat is coming from the sun hitting it, it behaves differently because of its higher rate of conductivity, or because of how much heat it retains, or the likelihood of it reflecting that heat back out into space as opposed to trapping it in the Earth's atmosphere. Do you guys get it? You guys get it, right? This is how it works. You might notice that the reasons greenhouse gases increase Earth's general temperature are very understandable with just a basic familiarity with the world around you. It's not some like obscure thing that can only really be processed if you have a bunch of like complicated degrees and technical equipment. Literally, the principles are omnipresent and you experience them day by day whenever you do very basic shit. Okay? Just there. Do you want a more grounded visual? I kind of like the hot car analogy because we're so familiar with that. Nope, this is too much. Conservatives don't understand this. It's already too much. There are too many words. Look, if you are watching, okay, and you don't understand this, if you don't like believe in climate or whatever, email me or debate me or something. You are so dumb, and I just want to make fun of you for an audience, and I will make money from it, okay? This is my job. Just please. I don't understand why. There's no excuse. There's nothing. I like arguing that you don't believe in climate science or characterizing it as saying, trying to make the sun less hot. This is like you arguing against the principle of square peg, square hole. You've nothing. You please. Anyway, let's finish this.
And then...
Yeah, the last guy I had a climate debate with was a German conspiracy theorist who was arrested after I talked to him.
Because I called her out on it. The Global Matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick in her own email address.
Oh, he's saying the only reason he got ratioed by Greta was because of the CIA. How many likes is this at? 2.1 million.
Somehow teaches me a lesson. Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show.
Do you think Andrew Tate is stupid enough to genuinely believe this? I think he's one of those anti-empiricism guys. I think that he is very stupid, but I also do think that he's just one of those like truth doesn't mean anything kind of things. It could be either. It could be a lot. It's mainly a fragile ego thing.
But now I know, at least, that Greta, with her little hate-filled face, bitter, sitting somewhere without the heating on, in the cold, little hat, shivering, use my tweet.
Seriously? Dude, they're like little boys. They're literally like schoolyard boys. Somebody said Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg just need to stop flirting and already, and Tate said she ain't ready. Bro, if they I would be sussing Greta Thunberg. He might be physically older, but mentally, she's clearly got decades on him. He sounds like a schoolyard boy.
Which is going to make my Twitter account far more fun into eternity.
Into eternity. Has Tate ever fucked a girl? I legitimately do not think Tate has sex that often. I genuinely do not think so. He might have like awkwardly attempted to people a couple of times. Oh, sorry, it replayed. Or succeeded in people, I don't really know. In terms of like habitual social engagement with women, I don't think so. I think he lives in a compound with boys, and that he spends his time with boys, and he probably is still quite anxious in the stomach when he sees women, and he probably just poses with them for the photos. I like, legitimately. He's sort of like Hake. Yeah, I think he'd force himself to because it's an obligation, but he's admitted he doesn't like it. He's literally admitted he doesn't enjoy sex. He doesn't enjoy anything. It's a very sad lifestyle. I'm never going to get the goddamn climate change debate that I want, man. It's never going to fucking happen. You can't get these debates anymore because the people on the far right who make these claims have fully committed to like the we know we're lying and we can't handle any disagreement camp. Man literally experiencing anhedonia, refusing to believe it's depression, Lamau. Well, he has said that the only purpose in his life is to buy expensive pieces of property to show off to other men. He has said that. That's not a joke. I can't believe he said that, but he said that. That is a real thing that he said. That's not an exaggeration. That's an actual real life thing that was said. So, like, okay. Phenomenal.